How's it going, everybody? So, I figure it's the new year, gotta make some resolutions, and I haven't really made any before. So, you know, let's try to make 10. 10's a good round number. Gotta get comfy. So, 10 New Year's resolutions for 2019. Now, I put it all in a little book. Grandpa gave it to me, so might as well use it. And it's actually part of it. So, first resolution is I want to lose a little bit of weight. I'm 210 pounds, give or take. It depends on the day. Um, so, and I'm reading out of here. So, 210 pounds is 15-ish pounds over what would be considered a healthy weight for me. So, I've lost a lot of weight in the past year and a half, 2 years. I was 282 pounds a couple of years ago. So I'm down to 210. I'd like to get back or get into a better shape than I am even now. One thing about losing weight is you feel better. So I'd like to get to my medically healthy weight, which is about 190, 195 pounds. And honestly, I haven't seen less than 200 pounds in about 15 years. So, see how that goes. I realize I don't have a whole lot more weight to lose, and I'd like to build up a little bit of muscle. So, we'll see how that goes. So when it comes to this, I'm wanting to get organized. I'm not exactly the most organized person, so working harder on my organization, getting everything into a place where this is its home and it stays there until it's being used would be good. This is going to be kind of a long-term project. I'm not very organized, but I'm working on it. So I'd like to get things better organized throughout the year, make it so that everything has a home, everything lives in its home, and it only gets taken out and put back when it's being needed. So another thing that I'd like to work better on is producing better videos. Like, my public speaking isn't very great, and it's honestly kind of hard to talk to a camera, so getting better at that, getting better at editing the videos. Like most videos that I do, I clip it in and do some sound work and make it so that everything kind of flows okay, but I know that I can do better. I might end up having to buy a second camera because I'm literally just running off of the one that you're looking at me through right now. So if I need to do that, I'll do that when I get a little bit of money spare, but as of right now, I'll just work on doing the better editing. So another one for YouTube would be post more regularly. Like I've got a couple of people who watch me almost religiously, and that's cool, but these people also message me and say, hey, you haven't posted something in a while, can you post something? I want to see how everything's going. And it just goes to show that I'm not very regular at this, and I should be. I do have dedicated fans. I don't have many dedicated fans, but I do have some. So going through posting more regularly on YouTube, posting more regularly on Instagram, because I do have an Instagram. It is linked to my YouTube. So having it so that people who know me on Instagram can go to my YouTube, and people who know me on YouTube can go to my Instagram and see a little bit of something every day would be nice. So another thing that I want to work on is I need to finish more of my projects. Like, I've got a couple of projects that I've started and not finished, or I got busy with something else and it was done enough to the point where it worked. I want to get it to the point where it's done. I've got to work harder on that, because the done is kind of, it's easy to get things to 95%, but that last 5% seems to take the most time. So I'm going to be trying to get the last 5% of stuff done, and going through and putting stuff like that on YouTube will also help with being more regular on YouTube. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to be posting every day. I might get to that point, but as of right now, I'll probably be posting once or twice a week, because that's a regular schedule. I might start doing it every other day if I get better at it and get better at the editing. So that will be a pretty important step for me. Another thing I want to do in 2019 is completely clear out the garden area, because it's almost there, but I've got to cut down a few more trees. I've got to clear out a lot of manzanita, and then I've got to go through and till everything and make it so that the soil is good quality. I've got to make it so that I can farm the entire thing either next year or the year after, because I've got, the soil around here is not great quality. There's very little organic matter, and the soil has a fairly high acidity. So I've got to make that ready so that I can go through and grow out the stuff that I want to eat. Another thing that I need to do in that area is I need to get water run to the goat area, to the pig area. I need to work more on the pig area, but that's kind of a long-term goal. I would like to raise another pig this year, but getting a spigot run all the way out from the well house to the goat area would be very, very useful, especially in the winter, because right now I'm, every couple of days I'm carrying out, anywhere from 5 to 20 gallons. The other day I went through and I completely refilled the goat's water. I dumped it out and refilled it. That was 40 gallons of water. 40 gallons of water is heavy, so I'd like to make it so that that doesn't require as much effort. So that's another thing that I'd like to get done. this year, it is my goal to plant a larger garden. I want to produce most of the food that I eat at least towards the end of fall. You know, if I can go through and grow every ounce of food that I eat for a couple of months out of the year, that would be cool. Going through and growing a larger garden, producing more food for myself and more food that I can give to my dad would be great. Another thing that I want to do this year is I want to grow my channel. You know, it's the goal of every YouTuber to grow to a point where at least the YouTube videos are self-sustaining. You know, YouTube videos cost money to make. You know, what I'm doing, I'd be spending the money anyway because this is how I like to live. But making it so that I'm getting paid for doing YouTube would be beneficial. So in the goals of making it so that my YouTube channel is more self-sufficient, I'm going to be doing giveaways, and you know, they're going to be at set milestones, and I'm going to go through and make the thing that I'm going to be giving away myself. You know, when I get to 100 subscribers, I'll give something away. I'll make a video of me making it so that the person who gets it has proof of, hey, this thingy that I got in the mail because I am a fan of this guy was made by him and is on the internet to prove it. You know, for certain things I'll go through and sign or engrave or whatever. For if I do something that I can't sign, I'll do a handwritten note, and I'll be the first person to apologize for my handwriting. It's kind of garbage, so if you get that one, sorry. But you know, getting it to the point where, you know, I make a couple of bucks here and there off of YouTube would be great. Honestly, that would be pretty awesome. So I'm going to be working towards that. Also, if you feel like sending me a few bucks, don't get yourself in any sort of financial trouble for it. Just please don't. But if you do, I'm going to start posting PayPal links. You know, I've almost completely done with the site that shall not be named. So I'll start posting PayPal links in the description if you decide that you have to help out. And I'm not going to say no, just please don't get into any sort of financial trouble because you decided to help out a guy on the internet. I don't want that for anybody, so just don't. And you know, I think my last one for this year, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the 10th thing that I want to do this year. Is I want to be ready for winter. So this winter came, and you know, there was a lot of stuff done. I'd gotten a lot completed. I was ready for a lot of things, but I wasn't completely ready. And you know, I like to be prepared for things. You know, I think it's the Boy Scouts motto is hope for the best, prepare for the worst, or something like that. I don't know, never was a Boy Scout, so but I'd like to be ready for next winter, because this winter, yeah, I'm mostly there, but there's a couple of things here and there that I wasn't quite ready for, and it kind of caught me off guard. So I'd like to be ready. Now, that'll kind of pull into itself a few other things where I need to finish some projects before winter. I need to get things going. I need to be, fully ready for the winter season. And it's going to take work. It's going to take time. You know, that's kind of how it is. But there's, I feel that I could have done better at cutting firewood for the house, because we do have quite a bit. I do think that we'll be able to make it through winter with what we've got, but I think we'll just barely make it through winter with what we've got. And buying wood is an expense that is fairly unnecessary. There's 12 acres of mostly woods that we can cut without any problems, any government oversight, and then you can go and buy a permit from the Forest Service to go through and cut dead trees on their land. So going through clearing out the dead and dying here and going through and cut off the dead and dying, Forest Service land is 20 yards, 30 yards out the front door. So going through and keeping their land clear, so that if a wildfire does come through, we don't have to worry about losing everything. And I've put a lot of work into this property, so I don't want to lose every ounce of work that I've done. I do realize that there's a very small chance that I will live here for quite a number of years. I'd like to be able to buy my own property. That is one of my long-term goals. So making it so that I've got a steady income off of what I like to do. And the reason why I like doing this is I think that I'm teaching somebody something, and that's one form of giving back to society. And you guys know how I feel about giving back. That's why I grow this. I grow this because I don't like shaving, but if I'm growing my hair out, that's why I want to start doing giveaways to 4-H and FFA kids. But eventually there will come a time where I will move from this property and have a property of my own and be able to do more for the area that I'm going to be living in. So that's all I have for today. If you like what I've been doing, are looking forward to what I've been going to be doing in the next year, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want to see what I'm doing on a fairly regular basis, hopefully on a daily basis, the link for my Instagram will be down there. And if you decide that you want to donate to me, I'm not going to be forcing anybody to do this, but there will also be a PayPal link down there. I gotta figure out how to do that right now. So yeah, y'all have fun. Bye.